So Grasshopper-Club Zürich on the left of your picture in the green boat.
Attention!
And Henley Rowing Club in the yellow boat. Oh, Henley hurried that second stroke, I thought.
Yeah, very, very big contrast to that Nautilus Grande, for sure.
What do you think that was? Just really get off early, and it's going to be interesting to see how they steer, because they've gone out into the middle of the river a little bit, and they really want to avoid the booms which are on their left-hand side as they go down the course.
We don't want to have a replay of the Cambridge race versus Cal earlier on this afternoon, but they seem to be stabilising themselves now and sorting themselves out.
No excuse really, because these men know this course like the back of their hand, but even so, the smooth rhythm of the Grasshopper-Club Zürich has taken them into the lead. They had a great race yesterday, I thought, against a very good Agecroft Rowing Club crew. They beat them, controlled the race. Not so much tested in the first heat. Look at the swell they're having to go through from the boats, Adrian.
That's pretty rough, isn't it? That's really uncomfortable. You can see the crew's really struggling to clear their blades on the way forward, just up in the water going forward. So there we go, big splash there for the bowman and the Henley crew.
That's Frankie Highton. I mean, they will know they've been in a race, but the conditions, I mean, people come to Henley because it's something special. The course is much longer, the crowds are much bigger, and you get the stream again, but the water from the boats, you have these hundreds of pleasure boats, and it really makes it very different to almost any other course in the world.
It really does, and the Grasshopper crew just seem to have made slightly better weather of that, those conditions.
They're actually following a wash, aren't they? I mean, in front of the camera, there is a boat who has, in effect, its wash has been interfering with the crews, and there is a channel behind the camera for boats to go up. But as we're looking at the race, Grasshopper just edging away ever so slowly, inch by inch, Adrian.
Yeah, they are indeed. And here, Henley, they really need at this point to keep overlap with that Grasshopper crew and stay in touch. Otherwise, it's very hard to find your way back.
Matt Pinson, I think he's just warning the Grasshopper crew who are coming away from the booms. I mean, it's kind of probably not deliberate, but sometimes rowers like to get away with just moving in front of the other crew and letting them know they're there so they can maybe feel the puddles. There's enough wash out on the course, and they're steering in a contest.
And they're steering back again, the Grasshopper crew. They're going to get warned, I'm sure.
It's Josh Mayer in the stroke seat who is steering the Grasshopper crew, and Josh Mayer won the Cox's Fours, the European Junior Championships in 2015. And in effect, that's the second string championships, the Coupe de Jeunesse. A lot of the British team and other countries' junior oarsmen cut their teeth in that competition. It's a bit of a key point in the race for Henley now, isn't it? I mean, they're just losing contact. They still have an overlap, probably of about one length, but Grasshopper crew look very smooth, and at this stage, apart from steering, untroubled, Adrian.
No, looking very good, actually, very good indeed. Really nice rhythm. You can see how the Swiss crew really get their blades covered very well before they move their bodies off the footplate, whereas Henley not quite so accurate at the front.
Matt Pinn's got his hand on the megaphone. He sees the Henley crew. Are they moving over? I mean, this is really dodgy. He's got that's the umpire, you can see with his hand on the megaphone, but well,
Henley aren't letting go, are they? They're still staying. They may not have overlap, but they're still staying competitive.
I mean, these Swiss, they're really fearless crew. They are a very young crew, average age of 19. The bowman, Alois Merkt, he's the closest to you. He's just 18, but you've got the power of Jacob Blankenberger. He's the man directly behind Nick Camber with the white peaked hat, and Blankenberger was in the Rio Olympics just fourth place in the single scull. And let me tell you, if anyone can get fourth place in the World Juniors, they are some special talent.
There you go, and looks like Henley are starting to come back. So on the Buckinghamshire station there, they're making the advantage of having the better conditions during the middle of the course, and they're getting themselves back on turn. Looks like it could be a pretty good race.
So we're riding with the Grasshopper Zürich club from Switzerland there, but they are being hassled and harried all the way down. They have a one-length margin, and in the stroke of that Henley boat, Dave Lambourne, who of course won a junior gold medal back in 2003 on the Athens Olympic course when the races were over 1,000 metres. He's got to lead his crew. He's already tried one attack. Is there another one in the bag, Adrian?
I don't know. They really did very well to get back on terms, but it looks like the Swiss soaked it up a little bit and then have responded now. Sort of coming into the last 3 minutes or so of the race, they've got themselves clear and seem to be moving away. Henley looks like he's struggling a bit and paying the price maybe for that big effort.
Well, the experience in that boat, Sam Aggas behind Dave Lambourne in the Henley Rowing Club boat. He actually shares a flat, would you believe, with guys from the British team, Will Satch, Matt Gottrell and Johnny Walton. And I guess you'll be watching your flatmate guys in the training camp at Silveretta. Doesn't look good news if you're cheering him on. You never know, he might have a sprint. Sachi might have taught him a thing or two. Sam says he taught Satch to cook. There he is, just one behind the stroke seat, Sam Aggas, and really he's going to require a superhuman effort now. Francis Hyton in the bow, you can see the pain etched from his face, Adrian.
Yeah, especially with these headwinds going on today, you really have to dig deep in these conditions. But the Grasshopper crew here really look like they're on top of it. It's definitely been driven by the legs, and they look like they're really trying to command this race.
It's great. I mean, both these crews have had to contend with very swelly water. I was out on the course earlier this afternoon for the 40th anniversary row-up, and I just couldn't believe how challenging the water was. You forget if you don't race here regularly. It really is like nothing else. I mean, I know guys that row on the tideway do have those very swirly conditions, but with the headwind and the stream against it, takes an awful long time to come down that course.
It does. And also, I'm speaking to some of the foreign crews earlier in the week, they were surprised about how rough and how difficult the conditions were to row, and they were hoping it was going to get better, but it actually just gets worse during the weekend.
Yeah, welcome to Henley, boys. It's a tough man's sport, tough woman's sport, and this is the peak of world rowing. It's why so many crews have come here this year. It's a record international entry for Henley in this 2016 Olympic year. We have Olympic champions racing here too, and we hope you're enjoying this presentation on BT Sport this afternoon. Henley just losing their steering a little bit in the middle of the course, Adrian.
Yeah, they are. They seem to be just drifting over a little bit. Really still trying to attack it, but really they're not going to get back on terms with Grasshopper. Yeah, it's been a tough race. So
it's looks like being a comfortable victory in the end for the Grasshopper-Club. They've had to go all the way.
Yeah, they have indeed, they have.
I just wonder how they're going to fare further on in this competition, and as they come up to the finish line, the Grasshopper-Club, well, they will meet Tideway Scullers A, who won that dramatic race this afternoon by half a length from Tideway Scullers B. Henley Rowing Club, they've gone out on Friday, no disgrace to that. And there is Josh Mayer. He knows the form, doesn't he? 3 cheers to Henley.
It's good to see that kind of sportsmanship still going on.